Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about lesson 4, and I had mentioned earlier that we're gonna look at the first part of this, which is just on purchasing new vehicle. So, and then we'll do the depreciation tomorrow. So it's cutting it in 2 parts. So when we're choosing a vehicle, there are different things that we have to consider, and it's likely to be one of the largest expenditures you will ever make. We talked about purchasing a house. That one is a big expense for us. Buying a vehicle is our next expensive thing. So we will have to consider all of the factors that affect our decision. So here are some factors, okay? And I wrote down some factors because there could be other ones that are not included in here, but these are the main ones. So price. Everyone is wondering about the price, right? Like, we can look for a price of like a car that's probably about $20,000. That's brand new, okay? Remember, we're purchasing a brand new vehicle, not used, brand new. So brand new cars are usually about $20,000 and higher. And you know, if we could go for a luxury one, it could get really, really pricey, probably over 100. So price certainly is one of the factor, right? Is it affordable to my budget? That's the first one. The next one is style or make of the car. So sometimes you prefer different make of the car, right? Sometimes people prefer like a domestic car, right? Ford, GMC, or some cars that are internationally made. So, in different style. Some people like trucks. Some people like cars. So different things to consider. The next one is gas consumption. So we talked about that when we talked about fuel economy. How much gas will my car consume per 100 kilometers? So that's gas consumption. Another one is safety, right? And some cars have a greater safety features than the other, right? Like if I look at my car, which is super old now, it doesn't have a side airbag, but newer cars have a side airbags now, right? Not just the front, but the side. Another safety feature, like a backup camera. That's a safety feature. Remember I told you the story? I was backing up and then the person behind me was backing up and then we collided. Well, because I didn't have that safety feature. So certain things like that is something that we have to consider when purchasing a vehicle. Insurance rates, okay? Sometimes luxury cars over $50,000, we would have to probably buy an insurance rate for more than $50,000. We saw that. A resale value. Okay, what does that mean? Resale value.
How much you could resell the car for?
Yeah, let's say we use it for 4 years or 5 years, and after 5 years, I want to sell it. Some cars have a very low resale value. Some cars maintain a higher value. Okay. Trucks, yeah. Like even though it's like 5 years old, they're still kind of expensive, right?
Is that just to do with like wear and tear, like an engine wouldn't last like certain features?
Yeah, like a certain vehicles maintain. Like I'll give you an example. A Honda. A Honda has a higher resale value, even though it's 5 years old, 10 years old. It's still pretty expensive. Yeah. New or used to. That's another thing to consider when we're buying a car. Should I go with a new one well, there's advantage for a new one. Or should I buy a used one? And there's, of course, there's an advantage for a used one as well. Should I buy or should I lease? And we'll talk about leasing later on and buying a used car later on. So these are some of the factors that we have to consider when we're buying a car. Okay? Can you think of another factor?
Space, like car space, like trunk space.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, right? Yeah, absolutely. So space of the vehicle, purpose. Okay, so can you elaborate on, well, maybe we'll start with Callista. Can you elaborate on space? Like, what do you mean by, is it okay if you?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, so everybody can hear.
I personally feel like trunk space. I know whenever my dad goes to look at cars, it's important for us to check out how much space there is in the trunk because we do a lot of road trips. So if you're, planning on using the vehicle for a lot of traveling, you might want more space, and then also inside the car be more comfortable if you're not crammed into a little tiny spot.
Or maybe if you have children that you want to carry with you, right? Yeah, awesome. Would you like to elaborate on purpose?
If you're a farmer, it wouldn't make any sense to be using a car.
Okay.
And trucks don't depreciate as fast as cars do.
Okay, yeah, good, thank you. So the purpose of the car, right? Yeah, you're not gonna, what's useful to you? Can you think of another one? Can you think of another one that you would have to consider when you're purchasing a car?
I know, okay.
All right, done.
Might not matter for most people, but my dad is also very picky. He will not buy a car without leather seats. So.
Oh, okay. So, features, right?
Yeah.
Special features. Okay. Right now, it's getting fancier and fancier. Sometimes there's like special features like leather seats, but also sometimes heated seats. Absolutely. You should join our class. Heated seats. And that's something that I would want to have a car, right? Because okay, can you think of another one or another feature?
Location?
Location? Okay, what does that mean?
Well, if you live in the country,
Okay. Okay, sure.
like cars ride more than trucks. So, I think trucks are be better for the country.
Oh, okay. So depends. Oh, so I guess that would also be purpose and where you're gonna use it, right? Where you use it. Yeah. Okay. Can you? Yes. Would you like to? Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, readily accessible parts, just in case if it breaks down, right? These are great stuff that you're thinking about. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. So, availability of parts.
I think that's why more people would rather choose a Ford or a Chevy
Domestic
instead of
cars.
a foreign vehicle.
Okay, yeah. Domestic cars, yeah. Readily available parts, right? And then domestic as opposed to foreign vehicles where it's probably expensive. That's what you're coming from. That's good. Okay, anything else that you would think of, other factors that would affect?
Maybe some vehicles are more user-friendly, like maneuverability.
Okay, so user-friendly. User-friendly. Yeah,
If it's automatic or like the transmission.
Okay, so that one could be,
Oh, and special
yeah.
features or-
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I guess we could put that into
Yeah.
special features, okay?
Or user friendly.
Yeah, or user friendly, yeah. Yeah, certainly, I can't drive manual. It's automatic, I can only drive automatic. You know, like I told you that my car is super old, and my wish list, if I were to have to buy a new car, and again, this is for my affordability, is eco-friendly. That's just for me, right? I guess at the same time, that's the kind of gets to the gas consumption, right? Kind of ties into that one. But I'm like thinking of like, if I were to buy a new car, I would rather have it like eco-friendly. Good. Can you think of other ones? No, that's about it. We've exhausted all. And then we can certainly add more stuff later on. Okay, so this part here, this table, you probably recognize that, but this is part of the formula sheet that you have. So remember this orangey sheet, okay? This orangey sheet has this part here. If you look at that, it's right there,
Oh,
okay? So that's exactly what it is. Everybody has it. Okay, so what does that mean? This is what we're going to be consulting when we're trying to include taxes. And when we include taxes, sometimes it has GST and PST. GST and PST. Sometimes it's just GST. Sometimes it's just a PST, depending on what we're going to be having. So for our purpose for today, we said we want to buy a brand new car. Well, that means we have to buy, we have to pay for both GST and PST. Okay? Then we'll talk about these part later on. There you go. Good. Now let's go to the next page, page 16. Most people would love to purchase a brand new car, and who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't want to purchase a brand new car? If we have the money, right? Oh, you wouldn't. Okay. There's some exceptions. So the problem is that it's extremely expensive. We know that. New vehicles have listed sticker price. Okay, what's the sticker price? Okay. What's the sticker price?
That like the base price, and then people try to bargain down.
Yeah, so the sticker price is what they're saying, like that's the base price. So, and then you can add in more options so that, like what you said, you would your family would prefer a leather seat. That's gonna cost us. If your family wants heated seats, that's gonna cost us, right? So, but they come with many options that can be added for extra costs. Some options include air conditioning, sunroof. Is there such thing as, is there a difference between sunroof and moonroof? Really?
Yes. Oh, I've seen cars like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I heard moonroof and I was like, is that the same thing as sunroof? Okay. Good to know. Learn something new every day. Power locks, power brakes, fancy wheels. Fancy wheels, I guess that's the rim. Heated seats and other things. Furthermore, there are additional charges that are not optional. So these are option, right? We can add those in. But there's other charges that are not optional. It means every time we buy a brand new car, it would include the freight. What's a freight? A freight would be like wherever it's manufactured, it will be brought here. So that's a freight charges. Okay? So freight charges is the cost to bring the car to the dealerships. And taxes on air conditioning.
What does that mean exactly? Taxes on air conditioning?
I don't know exactly, but I know that they add it in.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll search that one.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll search that one.
So I've never heard of that
Yeah,
before.
yeah. So remember to consult the tax table, previous page, the tax table, which is previous page, this one, for appropriate taxes. So let's take a look at example number 1. Purchasing a new car. So 2-door Dodge has a sticker price, base price. In addition to this, a sport model package is chosen at a cost of $875 and a stereo system of $990 is installed. Freight on the vehicle is $1,250 and air conditioning tax. I think that's the environmental tax. Yeah. Find the total cost of the vehicle after taxes, the total cost. So how much it is it? So this is how much it is, $18,500, but then we want different options to go along with it. So we'll go $18,500. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna use a pen because that doesn't stand out as much. So 18,500 and 875 and 990. Freight 1,250 and $100. So let's add them all up. So we're gonna add them all up. Okay, so that's what we're doing here, adding them all up. So it's 21,715. But then now we're gonna include the GST and PST because this is a brand new. So I'll just show you the shortcut. So times it by 1.12 because it's 12% tax. So it's going to cost us $24,320.80. Okay, so all of those features and all of the extra things, including the taxes, is $24,320.80. Okay, is that good? That one's not bad, right? Now, example number 2. Example number 2. This one is a little bit different because what if we had an old car and we want to trade it in for a brand new? Okay, so how do we do that? So Just Deep is looking to purchase a brand new Ford Escape, which is worth $27,439 after freight and air conditioning tax. So that means after all of those things that get added onto that, Jasdeep would like to trade his car, his old car. The dealership agrees to give him $4,000 for trade-in. Calculate the final cost of the new car after trade-in and taxes. So, what can we do? Okay, there's a little note in here. Okay. Put a note here and put a star beside it. Okay. Taxes on a new car are calculated after the trade-in. So after the trade-in has been deducted from the price. So what's the price of the car? $27,439. Okay. But there's a trade-in, so the trade-in has to be done first. So minus 4,000, that's a trade-in. Is everybody okay with that trade-in? Yeah, okay. So now let's figure that out. 9343. So now it's only $23,439 that we have to pay for, and then include a tax after that. So times 1.12.
So the trade-in tax is GST and PST?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
28,499.
23,439 times 1.12. What did you say?
20,491 and 68 cents.
Did you say 28 or
I got 26.
26? Did I?
That's what I got.
9347, so 23.
Oh, yeah, my
23.
bad.
Oh, that's okay. That's why we're going over this together, right? 23 times 1.12, that's including the tax. That's going to be 26,251.68. So this is the taxes. There you go. Is that good? So note, we have to subtract the trade-in first and then the taxes. So plug beside it, we can remember that for our test and our assignment. Okay, this is our final example and we get to do some practice questions. So Easy want to buy a new car, brand new car. Where can you buy a brand new car?
Dealership.
Yeah, dealership. That's the only place where you could buy a brand new car is through dealership. With a base price of $22,500. So base price, okay, before taxes, and she wants the following options worth $2,450. Okay, so calculate the sticker price. So it's going to be $22,500 before taxes. She wants the options worth $2,450 for these things, plus $2,450.
So sticker price is including the options?
Yeah, including the I think sometimes it's interchangeable. We'll take a look at some websites and see. So now it's gonna cost, it's gonna be worth $24,950. Part B, there's a trade-in. So they wanted more stuff in the car And then there's a trade-in. So what do we do? 24,950. You gotta take off the trade-in first. 12,250. And that's a pretty good trade-in. So 12,700 now, before our taxes. This is our trade-in. So times it by, I'll just go it sideways, 1.12, including taxes. So it's going to be $14,224. So this one here has everything. It has a base price, but then they wanted more options, so we got to add those in. And then the part B, there's a trade-in, and then the taxes. So this is what's going to happen. Okay, when you're writing your formula sheet, you have your price of the car plus whatever options that got added. Take away the trade-in. Okay. And then your taxes. Okay, you know what I'm thinking about in here? A question that doesn't have question here didn't have a down payment. So when do you think we should subtract a down payment?
Before the tax? No.
So the trade-in is before taxes. Down payment would be
I guess after taxes.
after the taxes. Okay, so that's the only thing that I think. But we'll talk about that later on when we talk about payment plans. Okay? So I'm going to stop right here. Like I said, we want to chunk it up into small bite pieces so that it's not overwhelming. So these are the questions that we are going to be working on. Okay? Questions 1 through 8. 1 through 8.